And a chance here for a lot of young players like Mary Liu to make a move this week.
I don't know. First about the weather, I don't know if I've seen 3 better days to play golf than what we've had so far here in Toledo, and took a good roll.
Mary Liu at the 10th. See there, tied 3rd. Here is the 23-year-old from China, Liu, to get within a couple.
Pretty good break right to left here. Didn't give that nearly enough pace. That was a bizarre putt.
Mary Liu well short with her birdie putt at 10. This is the par putt.
Way to erase the memories of that first putt and stay focused.
You're going to get 17. Mary Liu here at 11. She's at 10 under par. Got it right there in the fairway as well. We've seen a couple good shots in there where she make it 3.
It's always nice, Jim, when you've seen your playing partners, your opponents, hit nice shots in before you. It gives you a good visual.
It's a good visual, yeah. You don't. Those bad ones you try to ignore. I don't know how much I really watched my fellow players. Maybe watch the speed of putts, but just kind of, it is nice to see that shot. Par 3 she's really focused on. And that's a good short shot. Look at the 3 of those there. You won't find 3 many better in the whole group. They're all lined up.
You just
Mary,
you choose the character and then you import it into your save.
Saigo are going to be watching this one. There they are, looking, watching. Did she give them the line?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Jim, that was, considering how short she left the one on the last.
All right, Mary's going to try to save par here.
Oh.
Wow, that's a huge mistake.
You just can't keep putting that much pressure on your putter like that. She made a wonderful save on the last hole to make up for poor speed in the first putt. It goes back to what I say all the time, especially to amateurs. If you want to improve your scores, work on your speed.
Yeah, that one went 7-8 feet by.
Oh, right.
This was just a bit ago. Mary Liu, take a look here with her second at the 12th. Over and out.
Gotta move. Dude, get out of the way.
That's not something you see very often. Somebody in the professional game flying the ball over the green like that. I know she was coming out of the rough, but that was a big misjudge. Must have really jumped.
And back at the 12th. Liu lining up this one for par.
This is a really big putt right here. She's kind of just fallen flat on the last few holes, giving some shots away, and potentially here as well after that poor tee shot and poor second shot. Refocus. Not the easiest putt in the world either. It's relatively straight, which also kind of makes it hard to read. It's in a very flat area in the back of this green. You want to try and read something into it.
Oh, wow. Remember this one. This could be big for Mary. She doesn't necessarily need to win Classic, and she's into the top 5.
All right, Mary Liu is in the bunker. This is her second shot here. This is not easy. Pretty close to that lip. Gotta get it up in the air real quick. And come out tumbling. Oh no, not too bad. She'll have a. She can use the putter, chip it down there, but that'll be pretty quick coming down that slope, though. All right, Mary Liu is going to go with the putter here at 13. This for birdie. See how it comes out of fringe. was a pretty good fairway bunker shot she hit to there, so she'll have that for par left.
We'll have a putt to get a share of third. On the other end of the career spectrum, you have a rookie from China, Mary Liu. First time that she's been this high going into the weekend.
She's got a really flat, kind of a golf swing. A little bit too much fade on that one.
Made one.
Well, I mean, I think that even shows just the fact that she was playing on the Epson Tour the week before. It's not often you see an LPGA champion. I'm trying to think of, I mean, I guess you have Rose Zhang, who was an amateur before she won, but it's not the typical progression. Go from playing an Epson Tour event to then winning on the LPGA the next week.
That's at 15. And I think a player like Mary Liu, Jim, could look at Shanity and say, hey, it doesn't really matter how my year's gone so far.
All right, Mary Liu, here at 15, her second shot really got moving out of that rough and got all the way back to the back portion of this green, and that's going way left on her. She really didn't hit that bad a second shot, but she's got 8-10 feet for par. Playing now live. Liu has a lot of work left for her par. It's probably just the right edge at the most. Okay, a lot of work there.
Another good save, similar to what she did on 10 after a poor first putt. I mean, here's a player who's missed more cuts this year than she has made. Tell from that vignette with just the biggest heart.
At the 16th, Mary Liu.
The green is situated about 5 or 6 paces below the level of the fairway, trying to get on her tippy.
At the par 4 16th, Mary Liu for birdie. Made one from off the back of the green at 12.
Liu now. Those final numbers, get a good spot. Maybe a little right to left wind, not much wind. The weather's been unbelievable this week. No humidity, no chance of rain since we got here. Golf course is in fabulous shape. It's got just a little bit of run in it. Green still hold. If you get in the fairway, you can make some birdies, but I've seen some pretty good scoring. But
Jim, you remember that rookie year, and you remember, you know what Mary Liu is feeling. It's the second half of the season now, and she knows she hasn't played great.
It's a terrible feeling. Well, it's a good feeling to bad feeling. I remember because you were, in my case, trying to make that 125 and 150 get you some partial status, and we were obviously not playing for a lot of money, but it's not about the money. It's just keeping that. You have this dream to get to, say, the LPGA, and now you're living the dream, but it's not exactly how the dream's supposed to come true, and you keep working at it and you keep working at it and you get yourself in position. For me, sometimes it was a nightmare, and it took a few years. I mean, people think, oh yeah, you've had great success, but it took a few years. And I think for all these players, I mean, when she was a young girl, this is what she worked so hard for. This is why you spend hours on the range, Morgan. This is why you spend all that time, and you're living the dream. You just want it to come true exactly the way you had it dreamt.
It's just harder than you think. And this left.
What's Roger Maltby say? Golf's only hard when you care. Got a decent kick there, and there's a lot of truth to that statement because everybody cares, and it's just you want something so bad. All right, Mary Liu, this is her third shot at 17. Got a nice kick off the scoreboard, so she can take advantage of that. Pretty straightforward shot here. A little bump and run. There's the bump. There's the run. Good chance for birdie. Nicely played there. Figure out what she might do, but Mary Liu will be first. Hit a nice shot from just over there on the left side. Not much in this one. This is right center at the most, but this gets her to 10 under par. Still has the par 5 18th, which players have really taken advantage of, although 17's been the easiest. One eagle. 5 for the week, 34 birdies. This group got here. I had one more. Nicely done. 36, so well played there.
Sometimes that team effect can help. Now look at this. There's big weight back on the tee. So Mary Liu, who already knocked one guy out of his chair earlier, looks like she's kind of a chair version of the Rubik's Cube. What's happening here? Folded up?
Okay, you can't believe how small that gets. Look at this.
I'm going to tell you this. Big Jim's not going to, that's not going to work for Big Jim. There's a limit.
CPKC Women's Open. Lynn said that last week. And Evian didn't want to, but a year like this, it's tough.
There's no question that in an Olympic year, the schedule is very challenging. And you know, the Olympics this year, of course, being in Europe, I mean, 3 years ago when they were in Tokyo, I mean, that was just nearly impossible for players to plan their schedule appropriately, be well rested, be prepared. We have so many big events over the summer as well, and you don't know what to play and what to skip. It's a hard balance, something that's even harder for a younger player to do, somebody who doesn't have that experience.
And it's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have.
If you're Mary Liu, you're fortunate to get into to any of these. Number one in the amateur ranks. That was a bit of a mitigating factor. Mary Liu did not lay up in a good spot.
That's a really tough bunker shot. A deep bunker, 50, 60 yards, not the place you want to be.
Be top 80. That basically gets you full exemption. 81 to 100 also gives you plenty of starts the next year. You look at a player like Mary Liu, 141 in the race to the CME Globe, and 1 week can effectively lock up a tour card. It doesn't even have to be a victory. So for Mary, she'll have this for birdie.
And we've talked about it too, Grant, the reshuffle
After Portland, yeah.
coming up, so that these players also, a good finish can help you reshuffle up the priority list, get in more starts. Those full field events are quickly dwindling, the number of them. Fewer and fewer opportunities for these players as we get later into the season. There's a good looking roll, bobbled a little bit early, hit something.
Said that when she qualified for the LPGA Tour by finishing tied for 12th in Q Series. By the way, that followed a round 174. She was well behind the 8 ball, rallied with 5 more great rounds. She said,